There are so many people in the United States who are working for themselves as independent contractors and freelancers. There are some estimates that put the number of side giggers at over 40 million businesses. It's really exciting when you can say you're self-employed or even a small business owner because it's hard work. And it's different than being a full-time W-2 employee for many reasons, but especially when it comes to your income tax return. I'm Mark Steber, Chief Tax Information Officer at Jackson Hewitt, and I want to talk to you today about the tax form that you might receive for the first time, the 1099 NEC, and maybe even many times in your working future. What is the 1099 NEC? Well, Form 1099 NEC is a compensation document that reports money paid by a business to a person who is not their employee. It was reintroduced in 2020 because for several years this income was simply reported on the 1099 miscellaneous for non-employee compensation reporting. Businesses are now supposed to use the 1099 NEC if they made payments to you of $600 or more. The 1099 NEC is considered an informational return, meaning you'll use it as a reference, and it will help you complete your tax return with your business income. And what makes this the most important is simply that if you got a 1099 NEC form, you can bet the IRS also got a copy of this information too, and likely the state, so they know. So don't try to put this under the table. The 1099 NEC form is a relatively short document and includes the payer's information, name, address, and tax identification number, the recipient's information, name, address, and tax identification number, and the total compensation paid and any taxes that were withheld. You'll use the amount in Box 1 of the 1099 NEC to report your self-employment income. Instead of putting this information directly on Form 1040, you'll report it on Schedule C, Profit or Loss from Business. What's the difference between the 1099 NEC form and other 1099 forms? Well, there are several types of Form 1099s other than the 1099 NEC that apply to specific income situations. The most common are the 1099 miscellaneous. It's still used for other miscellaneous types of income, such as royalties exceeding $10, payments for prizes and compensation, other awards, and even rent. The 1099G for money received from government sources, like unemployment benefits. Less common, but still important if you get one or have the type of activity, the 1099 LTC for receipt of long-term care or accelerated death benefits. The 1099 SA to report funds dispersed from a medical savings account. The common 1099 DIV for those who have stocks and funds that pay dividends. The 1099 INT for those who have checking or savings or a bank account that earns interest. The 1099-R is for those who have distributions from a pension, annuity, retirement, or profit-sharing plan, and you received $10 or more from that retirement account. Who receives a 1099 NEC? Well, businesses will send someone a 1099 NEC form if they paid you at least $600 during the calendar year, and you're not their employee, full or part-time. The business made payment for your services or products when you were a business and it wasn't a personal payment. You as a recipient are an individual or a partnership or an estate. You might also receive a 1099 NEC if you received money, commission, fees, prizes, or awards for services. What if I have a 1099 NEC and I'm not self-employed? Well, if you worked as an employee, you should receive a W-2. If you aren't sure if you should have a Form 1099 miscellaneous, reach out to a tax pro or call the IRS hotline for help. What if you worked for money and did not get a 1099 or a 1099 NEC or a 1099 miscellaneous? Regardless of whether you got a 1099, if you did services or work for compensation, that's considered reportable income and even taxable income if you made a profit. If you did not receive a 1099, that does not change the taxable nature of the earnings. 1099s do not arrive for a variety of reasons, including changed addresses. Payer did not send you a copy, or it just got lost. If you have income activity, be sure you handle it correctly on your tax return for many reasons. What are the deadlines and filing requirements if I receive a 1099 NEC? Well, all 1099s and 1099 NECs need to be postmarked by January 31st to both the IRS and to the recipient. As a self-employed taxpayer, your taxes generally need to be paid in quarterly estimated tax payments, rather than once a year during filing season or by April 15th. This will reduce your penalties and allow you to either receive a refund or pay a smaller balance due. Meaning you'll need to send money to the IRS every quarter to cover the taxes on the money you made that quarter. If you expect to pay more than $1,000 in taxes for the year, then you'd likely need to pay quarterly estimated taxes to avoid underpayment penalties. When you file your tax return, if you've not paid enough in taxes, either through withholding or quarterly payments, you could be subject to an underpayment penalty. Still have questions as you're navigating how to file your tax return correctly with self-employment income after you received a 1099 NEC? Well, schedule an appointment to talk with a tax expert today at jacksonhewitt.com. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more valuable information and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all things taxes.